Om Namah Shiva. 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 Om Namah Shiva.
Welcome to this mindful walking meditation. Now, this practice you can do either walking around the room that you're in, walking up and down the hall, or even walking up and down the stairs. Alternatively, you can choose to do this walking practice outside in the fresh air amongst nature. If that's what you choose, you may want to pause this recording and go and get yourself ready. Outdoor boots, maybe a jacket if you need it, hats and scarves if you're on Lewis in winter. But getting yourself ready. The third way that you can choose to practice this is just in your imagination. So whichever way you choose to practice it, just making yourself ready. If it's in your imagination, you may or may not choose to close your eyes. But wherever you're practicing, I invite you to turn your awareness inwards, to feel how it feels to be in your body in this moment. And before you walk anywhere or imagine you're walking anywhere, just settle and see how it feels being in the here and now, letting go of the outside world, the pressures, the to-do lists, the busyness of your day, and just allow yourself to be totally absorbed in this present moment. Bringing your awareness to your breath, feeling how it feels to breathe, and noticing how your body knows how to breathe automatically. There's no need to tell your body to breathe. Being aware of the in-breath, knowing that you're breathing in. Being aware of the out-breath, knowing that you're breathing out. And just noticing where your breath turns from being an in-breath to an out-breath. And maybe choosing to use your breath as an anchor for this practice, to come back to time and time again whenever your mind wanders off. And now I invite you, whenever you feel ready, to move your awareness to your feet in contact with the floor. Notice what surface is beneath you. Is it the floor of the house? Is it a path? Or is it grass? How does that feel beneath your feet? Tuning into that contact and exploring that surface with your feet. If you're doing this in your imagination, then imagine yourself moving your weight onto one foot. Alternatively, do that for real and feel how that feels. Where in your foot are you feeling the pressure most? How does your other foot feel that has less weight on it? Imagining how that is, or feeling it in this moment. Then shifting your weight onto the other foot. Exploring with interest and curiosity. Maybe imagining you're feeling this as though you're feeling it for the very first time. And when you're ready, taking a step forward very slowly with full awareness, either in your imagination or actually moving your weight, to take a step, feeling how that feels, the changing sensations in the soles of your feet, watching what happens at your ankle joint, but then also in your calves, your lower legs, being aware that it also affects your knee and your hip, your whole centre of balance. And taking another step, noticing what touches the ground first. How does the weight then change from one foot to the other? Just noticing that. Tuning into those sensations. And if you find your mind wandering off, just use your breath as an anchor to come back to. Each and every time. Moving another step forward. And slowly, very mindfully, being aware of every micro movement. Move from one foot to the other. As you take one step and another. Maybe setting yourself up into a rhythm, stepping slowly with full focus on the movements and how they actually feel. Not how you think they should feel, but how they do feel. Whether you're imagining this or whether it's in reality, just noticing. Then being aware of the movement of your trunk, Do you rock from side to side? Are you able to hold your trunk steady? What about the movement of your shoulders? What position are you holding your shoulders in? Being fully aware, receptive of anything that comes up. What about the movement in your arms? Are they down by your sides, static or swinging? Or have you chosen to clasp them in front of you or behind you? Whatever you've decided, how do they feel? Noticing the body sensations, the points of contact, maybe the feeling of air on your skin. Are there any emotions that are running through you? As you practice, either in reality or in your mind's eye, this walking practice, how does it feel? Are there emotions that come up? Are there thoughts that come into your head? Welcome whatever chooses to appear, but avoid getting carried away with it, whether it's a thought or an emotion. If you find yourself getting carried off, just bring your awareness back to your breath and remain with your breath for a moment or two, breathing deeply, freely and easily, and relaxing your muscles just as best you can, being aware of any tension that you're holding in your body. Common places to hold your tension is in your neck, your shoulders, your lower back or your hips. Being mindful of these areas. And if you notice any tension, you may choose to release it if you're able. Another area that you may be holding tension in is in your face. Relaxing your facial muscles just as best you can. The muscles around your mouth. The muscles around your eyes. Are you holding your jaw tight? Releasing and relaxing. And in this walking practice, seeing if you can get into a flow, a rhythm of walking slowly and mindfully, either in reality or in your mind's eye. And notice how you breathe. Does your breathing match your walking? And what happens if you speed up your walking? How does that affect the movements? the balance, the sensations in your body. How does that affect other areas in your body if your legs are walking faster? What happens with your breathing? Does it speed up? Maybe it gets deeper. But just being aware of whatever happens. And then if you're in a place where it's safe, you may even choose to slow your walking down and turn round and walk backwards. Whether you're doing this in reality or in your imagination, how does it feel to walk backwards? How different is that? Points of balance. What hits the ground first in your feet? Has that changed? How is your balance? Another experiment you might like to try, again as long as it's safe to do so, is closing your eyes. Noticing how that feels. Are you a bit fearful? Do you trust what your feet feel? Is there a tendency to put your hands out in front of you to give you an early warning of any obstacles in front of you? Maybe you want to hold your hands further out to the side to help your balance. But noticing whatever it is you notice, tuning your full awareness to your body and your experience in this moment. Being aware of all the subtle movements. And also noticing any thoughts going through your head, any tendency to avoid this. Any thoughts of judgment, liking this, not liking that. This is good, that's bad. Just being aware of all the internal dialogue. Accepting it for how it is. Remembering to look at your thoughts with this passionate awareness. So now I invite you to bring your awareness back to your breath. If you're out walking, you may want to continue walking, preferably mindfully, preferably breathing deeply and freely, enjoying the movement or your surroundings, watching the birds in the sky. Maybe your feet on the ground. Watching every blade of grass, or the sun glinting from behind the clouds. But choosing to continue this walking meditation, if you so choose. Alternatively, you may want to join me as we start to bring this meditation practice towards its close, holding our awareness on our breath, and notice if our breathing has changed any, if we've been moving and active. Noticing how our body feels. Maybe we're feeling warmer. However we're feeling is however we're feeling. No need for judgment. So taking a few deeper breaths as we bring this practice towards its close. Feeling those deep breaths expanding your ribs as you breathe to the very bottom of your lungs. Then bringing your awareness back to your feet in contact with the ground beneath you. As you ground yourself once more, feeling steady, stable, connected to the earth. As we slowly and gradually bring our awareness back to the room, back to the present moment, grounded, steady and stable, as we move on to the rest of our day.